terms. We have to make that very clear. Under the 1996 Constitution, there was Article 35. Article 35 simply said a person who has been elected twice to office shall not be eligible. It's in mandatory terms. Shall not be eligible to stand again. That means the two terms must be respected. However, we must be very clear. A president is given by the Constitution 2 terms to stand of 5 years each. But it's not mandatory that he must serve those 5 years. Let me go deeper so that the common man now can understand. Let's go back to 2006. Under the 1996 Constitution, one Levi Patrick Mwanawasa, State Council, the late, is elected for the second time into office. He was initially elected in 2001. Now he's elected for the second time in 2006 to hold office as president. Unfortunately, he dies. Therefore, in 2008, the Zambian people are forced to go for a presidential by-election in 2008 to elect what? A president. But which parliament is in session here? Please follow me. The lifespan of a president is tied to the lifespan of parliament. He doesn't exist on his own. No. Parliament in 2006 was not dissolved. But the Constitution said if the president dies, within 90 days there must be a by-election. That is how come Bwezani, Rupia Bwezani Banda, became our president in 2008 after the death of Mwanawasa. Parliament was still there. It was not dissolved. The lifespan of Parliament was running. The president therefore had to run. By 2011, His Excellency the President, Rupia Bwezani Banda, was compelled to dissolve Parliament, which was his Parliament now. It means that for all arguments, the president cannot exist without National Assembly. When he attends it, it becomes Parliament. His term is tied to that of Parliament. This is a very important part which I think we have missed here. That is why when he dissolved Parliament, technically he dissolved himself. But the law allows him to remain in office during the election period because there should be no vacancy. It says he must hand over to the next president-elect. 2011, President Sata wins the elections. But 2014, President Sata dies with his parliament in session, elected in 2011. Parliament of 2011 is not dissolved. The presidency has a vacancy because the Constitution has got the 90 days within which to run a by-election. So we go for a by-election for the presidency. Unfortunately for the Patriotic Front at that time, it suffered 2 problems. They had no presidential candidate. So in 2014, the PF had to go to a convention. The constitution of the PF reads, the person who is elected at the convention becomes automatically the presidential candidate in the general election to run, or in the the presidential by-election to run. His Excellency Edgar Chagwa Lungu was elected as president of PF in 2014 at a convention. On the 20th of January 2015, he was elected to office for the first time, and he found a parliament from 2011 running. His term is tied to this parliament of 2011. This parliament of 2011 was going to be dissolved in 2016. So by law, he was mandated to dissolve that parliament. Just like Rupiah Banda, dissolving this parliament in 2016, technically he dissolved himself. It means elections had to be held. 11th of August 2016, His Excellency the President, Edgar Chagwa Lungu, gets elected for the second time with a new parliament, whose life now they begin together. But he has already been elected again in 2015. So he's being elected in 2016 is the second time. Let me just go a bit deeper here. You cannot argue that the president did not hold office, as I've heard some people arguing that the president did not hold office. Let's be serious. The Constitution is a practical document. It speaks life into a nation. We must be very clear. In the current Constitution, Article 105 clearly states, as it did before, how does a president assume office? One, he gets elected, then he is sworn in by the Chief Justice or the Deputy Chief Justice, as the case may be, and then he assumes office. Did that happen for Edgar Chagwa Lungu in 2015?
Twice.
Yes. Did it happen for Edgar Chagwa Lungu in August 2016? Yes. Twice. So he cannot say he has not been elected twice. He has. Therefore, he is caught by Article 106 subclause 3, twice elected. He cannot run again. Let's be very clear. Now, people have been saying no, but the Constitutional Court said, and the no. The life of the presidency as an institution has always been attached to the life of Parliament. That is why when Parliament is dissolved, the president cannot stay in office. Parliament has got power to prolong its life, but in special circumstances. For instance, if there's a war, Parliament can prolong its life for 12 months. They can remain in office and say, no, we're fighting a war. If we go to elections now, there'll be problems. Let's maintain this. But that's not an election. We're talking about being elected. Once you're elected twice, that's it. You're done.
All right.